Yo, what up, Frank?
Games in the West, 2 Game 7s. One's in the East, one's in the West, of course. But Canteen, what do you want? Talk about kind of what happened, and then we'll get into the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. But what happened in these games?
Man, so when I look at the West Coast, man, the Nuggets, they crumble, man. There is no way, Flo. There's no way that you're up by 30 points and you crash and burn like that. Now I will say this right here.
20.
I think Anthony Edwards is a great kid. I think he's good. I think Minnesota's good, but Dallas is going to run for their money.
Okay.
Kyrie Irving and what's his name going to run for their money.
Okay. So do you think this is the end of the Nuggets, or it's just kind of a hiccup in the road? They'll be back.
Man, I'm gonna say all this dynasty stuff is ending, Flo. It's over with.
What?
This dynasty stuff is over with, man.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
Flo, it don't take a rocket science to figure that out.
Come on.
Everybody trying to build a dynasty, and dynasties are not winning no more, man. They're not. I
don't know. I mean, I think they can regroup and come back. I think they definitely. I know that can't make a lot of excuses, but we know that.
I said, Anthony Edwards is the next coming to Michael Jordan. He's a great kid. He plays ball well, shoot the ball, great defense. I mean, he's a
sure not Jimmy Butler.
That's what your boy said. That's what Jack said. He was the same coming to Michael Jordan. That's what Jack said, not me.
He said that about Jimmy Buckets, man. Come on.
I said that's what Jake said, not me.
Oh yeah, Jake said that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I think that a lot of it had to do. Jamal Murray was hurt, but he did have some scores. I think the supporting cast let him down. KCP, Michael Porter, Aaron Gordon, those guys kind of let him down. They needed a little bit from those guys, and they didn't get it. But what do you think, Jake? Is this the end of the Nuggets, or they'll be back next year in the mix?
I think we saw, and this is what we have to understand, we are now, especially in the West, the East is the easiest way to build yourself a dynasty because it's a bunch of trash teams. The West is too heavy. And let me tell you why. You have to understand this. And please take that ball and board thing so the camera can see the greatness of Jake Montoya. Let me tell you something. I believe Jimmy Buckets in playoff mode is as great as Michael Jordan. But I think in Ant-Man we are watching a reminiscence of Kobe Bryant.
What are you trying to say?
The reminiscence.
We are
resurrection, resurgence. There's a lot of them in there.
A resurgence of Kobe
remnants.
Bryant, guys.
I don't know what he was trying to say. It was something like that. I don't know what he was saying.
Resurrection? What are you saying?
Listen to this, guys. Ant-Man's about to win his first NBA championship at the age of 23 years old. We've never seen this before. And I think right now, if anybody has a chance to be a dynasty in the West, it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. Because they're young still, and they have a chance to do the unthinkable. Sorry, Joker. I told you. You were trash. You should have lost the first round. Congratulations on sucking. Here's my whole point.
The Nuggets are done. They'll never be back.
They won't be back, and here's why. The Timberwolves match up with them very well. There was one, I think it was Colin.
Yeah, but they might not see them till the Western Conference Finals. And anything can happen.
I'm about to tell you something. Colin said this, and I never thought of it. The GM of the Nuggets is now the GM of the Timberwolves. So he spent that whole time building the Nuggets.
They also got the Nuggets
went
coach.
To Minnesota and built exactly what to beat that Nuggets team, and built that over there in Minnesota. I think more than ever, we're about to watch a pre-dynasty of watching what happens, because I think as long as the West State, now I'm telling you this, that you better win now because Wemby is coming. I'm warning you now. You better win now.
Don't jinx my Spurs, man.
And I told you this. The Spurs are automatically playoff.
We got the 4th and 8th pick, so that's good. I mean, that's a good draft.
And I think we get Bronny in the 4th pick, and I think in the
please don't get Bronny.
We have Chris Paul in the offseason, and we trade that 8th pick and get LeBron. This is what I honestly believe. Now, think about this, though. We'll have a big
You know what, Flo?
That's on for a different day. I'll tell you about that after the season when Minnesota's carrying that trophy. But let me say the facts and the
facts. Got a headache, Omar.
Omar's laughing. I don't know why Omar's laughing.
I don't know what else to do with him. I mean,
because he's seen me get a headache, I think.
As I was saying.
Oh, man, come on, Jay. You got to be better, man.
That was the championship what we just watched on Game 7.
I agree with that to a degree.
Congratulations, Timberwolves. You're going to have an easy slate. I think this is a gentleman's sweep against the Mavs. So I think from here on out.
Man, why are you jinxing my people, man? Why are you jinxing my team?
I'm just being honest. This is facts.
I know you're being honest. That's the problem.
No. I'm just speaking facts. The Timberwolves have the best chance for a dynasty, but I don't think it long lives as much as it can because Wemby is coming.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Final point.
I hope Wemby's coming because that's my Spurs, but, I mean, I almost want to switch teams
I'm
now.
I'm telling you right now, Flo, do not worry, bro. Do not worry.
Okay. All right, let's go.
This offseason.
I know we need to do something. Hey, so, Omar, so this is kind of the question, even though Jake went all different directions and then kind of the canteen went in different directions, but is this the end of the Nuggets, or they'll be back in the mix? It's just one of those bumps in the road for the champs.
Next season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, I mean, we cannot logically expect the Nuggets never to be good again. They're just too good of a team. As long as they keep this core together, they're going to be in the playoff hunt and in contention for the next foreseeable future, as long as they can at least keep Jokic and Murray together. That being said, Jake is right about one thing. The West is a gauntlet, and the West has a lot of good young teams like the Thunder and the Wolves that are on the come up, while the Lakers and other teams such as the Nuggets are on the go down. Right? I don't know what come up Lakers he's talking about, but when you're relying on LeBron James and Anthony Davis's old behinds, plus a Bronny James who ain't on the team, and now you want to add old ass Chris Paul to the mix, how much older do you want to get?
The Grizzlies will be back, I think. The Grizzlies could be back.
How much older do you want to get? I actually think it would be a great move for you to get Chris Paul. I would actually advocate for that move because I think it would help you all a lot, but at the same time, you're still old and you're still going to suck. And suck even more because you're beholden to LeBron. So y'all go ahead and hit that down slope. Watch Thunder and the Wolves go up.
Well, he thinks LeBron's coming to the Spurs, though. Omar, you didn't listen to what he said.
I think that's what's going to end up happening.
You think LeBron's coming to the Spurs to play with Wemby?
Oh man, that's how much Jake's horrible opinion just turns me off every week. Is that I completely forgot?
He thinks we're going to get a pick. That part. Trade the number 8.
Draft Bronny
and get
Bronny.
Yeah, and get LeBron over to the.
So you want? Oh wait.
You see why I had a headache now, right?
Yes.
That's why I was having a headache.
You want them to trade the number 8 pick to get an old LeBron James instead of picking a young, good player in the lottery. Is that what you're saying?
I think right now more than ever, you have the greatest young player of all time, and what you have to do now more than ever is build around him.
Wemby,
oh, you're talking about Wemby.
Wemby, the alien. The man, the myth, the legend, Wembanyama.
Hey, you know what? Shout out to Wemby. He was the Wembanyama was voted the first rookie ever to the first team All NBA defense.
Hey, there you go. Shout out, man.
David Robinson didn't do it. Duncan didn't do it. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar didn't do it. None of those players did it. He's the first ever.
Wemby's the real thing, man. He's gonna be good. I mean, he just needs some guys to run with him. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if
it's not gonna be LeBron and Bronny. And how much would you like that?
Over there,
how much would you like?
I might have to switch teams. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll think.
Anyway,
think
I'm kind of like you and Tom Brady going to the Raiders. I might have to switch teams.
No. You watch. I think it's very possible.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about this game. Another great game, a great finish, especially the last 3 minutes of the Thunder and the Mavericks went back and forth. A couple of turnovers by Luka, and I can't remember who hit that 3-pointer or who hit those free throws at the end of the game to kind of seal the deal. PJ Washington, yes. And so, man, what an ending to this game. Even though it wasn't a Game 7, it felt like a Game 7. It felt like they were both fighting to the end. Thunder, a very young team. What do you think? Is this the beginning for the Thunder canteen? Are they going to be able to come back? They were the number 1 seed. They got beat by a 5 seed, but a very good 5 seed.
So here's what I think about the Thunder, man. I think the Thunder can bounce back. They're young. a lot of energy. They're vibrant. They can come back. They can bounce back.
Okay.
But you can't. The thing about a young, vibrant team with a lot of energy, if you don't have experience, you cannot win. Experience.
They need some more veterans.
That's how you win. That's how you win, bro.
I think they're building themselves up.
Okay. What do you want, Jake? Go ahead, Jake.
Well, they remind me of the year. They remind me honestly of the year of whenever Dallas went past the young Thunder team with KD, Russ, and Harden.
Give me the alien sound, because I was about to say the same thing. Me and Jake got the same damn.
That's what. Well, yeah, that's what happened, and that's honestly what I saw too. It's only experience that beat this team, and they're too young. But that's fine. And here's the point. I think no matter what, the Thunder have nothing. If anything, the next 2 to 3 years, it's going to be a head-on collision between the Thunder and Timberwolves for that top spot now. You got to go through growing pains as you're going through it.
Okay.
The second I'm telling you, though, is the fact of this is they have to understand that this is just a small blemish in what can be they've built a solid roster. You can't deny that.
Right.
Chet, Shea, these guys are nothing to play with. So all they need to do is just go through the growing pains. I honestly believe this Mavs team has overachieved. I think, like I already said, this team is not doing anything next round.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about the East a little bit. The Knicks. I think, man, I feel so bad for the Knicks, even though I'm not a Knicks fan. I really hate the Knicks. I really don't care about them.
Wait, did you get our predictions? Did you get our predictions on the games? Did you get our predictions on the games, on how many games in the winter for the series?
I thought the Knicks were going to win, but they didn't have enough players.
No. I meant for the Timberwolves and the
Mavericks.
And the Mavericks.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. I want to get the people.
Who my bad. I apologize. I'm sorry.
On the East now. Yeah. So the Knicks get knocked out. Brunson gets knocked out in the third quarter with a broken left hand, I believe. Man, they've just been banged up throughout the whole playoffs, especially the end of the season. I feel bad for them, but the Pacers took advantage and they beat them on the road in Madison Square Garden, a young Pacers team. And I was talking about this with Tony the Savant. Hey, Pacers got to take advantage with all these injuries to the different teams and the way things have kind of fallen. The Pacers got to take advantage and make the Western Conference Finals, because they may not be able to do it again with the Bucks being banged up. You know, the Heat losing their star player, a lot of injuries in the East, and they had to take advantage, and they did. What do you think, Canteen, about these Knicks? Will they be back next year? Do they need to add another piece, or are they good? They just were injury riddled.
So I think they had a lot of injuries, man. Brunson went down at a bad time. I think they need to bring another key player to really round and shape their organization, man. I think the Knicks were great. They were great, man. They did good. But when Brunson went down, they kind of tainted the whole team, tainted the organization's well-being, their morale, all of that, man. It's kind of like it's kind of like Flo. You're the co-host of you are the host of the show, and if you go down, it's like we sink, and it's hard. It's hard for an organization. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's hard for an organization when they got somebody that anchors everything, and they sink. How are we gonna carry on?
Right. So right. So who do you? Where'd Jake go?
I don't know, man.
All right, somebody text him, see where he's at. So, what do they need to do? You can answer this, Ken, or you, Omar. What do the Knicks need to add? Do they need to add a piece? Do they need to trade away maybe Julius Randle and try and get another piece, another guy like a Robin for Brunson? Or obviously Dante played well. Anunoby played well. Hartenstein played well. I mean,
man, drop Randle like a bad habit. Bring somebody else in.
Okay. Trade him and get. Okay, who would they bring in, Omar? I mean, would be a good compliment to Jalen Brunson that they could possibly. There could be a possibility in the offseason to bring in. I mean, I know people are still playing now, but I mean, could there be a possible another star they could bring in to help out Brunson? He had to carry a lot of the scoring as a small guy, you know.
I feel bad for Julius Randle because everybody's pretty much kicked him off the Knicks now.
Right.
Does Jalen Brunson need a better player than Julius Randle? I don't necessarily. I don't want to say yes completely because Julius Randle can get things done, but if they were to keep Randle, they would have to get a third star kind of player or semi-star kind of player to be able to help. But yeah, their best way though, because they're not going to be.
He came into his own a little bit.
He did, which could make Randle expendable because they're not going to be able to afford Hartenstein. He's a free agent who's going to demand a new contract and probably get paid a lot. So they're going to have to use that money either with Randle or if not Hartenstein, then they bring somebody in. Who that could be at this point that would go along well enough with a Jalen Brunson to get the Knicks over the top. I mean, the Knicks, they're a very gritty team. They got good players, good role players.
And a lot of people are blaming the coach that he works them too hard, that he's too hard on them. And everywhere he's gone, there's been a lot of injuries, it seems like, and some of them want to blame.
And everywhere he's gone, they win a lot of games. So get over it. If you want to win games, you play.
That's fair.
Who cares? Stop being babies about how much you play. And most of those players, if they were sitting on the bench, I guarantee you they'd be clamoring to play for 48 damn minutes. So they can shut that up. Yeah, I mean, the funny part is, if I were the Knicks, I'd say go all out for what Jake was just saying and do the LeBron and Bronny special and hope that gets.
Oh, okay. That's fair. What happened?
Not.
Hey, text him and see what is he coming back?
Oh, he said he said his Wi-Fi. He's trying to use Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. He's got your Wi-Fi now. OMAR.
I know, right?
My Wi-Fi. Man.
Still ain't sent me no big.
Hey, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about the East over here because this game is going on, and it's tied up right now at halftime, 64-64. I'm going to call them the Frisky Pacers playing the Celtics. No one really thinks everybody thinks this will either be a sweep or a gentleman's sweep.
It'll be no sweep. It's going 6 games. It's going 6 games, man.
Wow. So they think the Pacers can push them to 6 games? The Celtics,
gotta make it interesting, bro. Gotta make it interesting, baby.
Okay. Are you just saying that because you want it to be interesting? Or are you
saying man, I'm saying it's going to be interesting. It's going to be 6 games.
Oh, okay. That's fair. What do you think, Omar? Can these Pacers push your Celtics to a 6 game?
Yeah, I'm not going to be disrespectful to the Pacers. I've been the one that's been on their bandwagon all year long. I've been hyping up Halliburton and Siakam. Y'all know that. So I'm not going to be the one that's going to push them off the bandwagon here and be disrespectful. While I think it's probably going to be a gentleman's sweep, I cannot push 6 games past the Pacers. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Can and say 6, although I do think that the Celtics will probably get the gentleman's sweep, but I'm going to respect the Pacers a little bit more and say the Celtics in 6.
Yeah, so here we go. Perfect timing. I know that Jake is a big Celtics fan. But can these Pacers push the Celtics to 6 games, maybe even 7? What do you think about the Pacers and the Celtics?
I was very confident with them.
Get ready. Hold on. Get ready, Omar. You're going to be upset, but go ahead.
I was very confident with them last week when we were talking about it on Sunday.
Right.
But the fact that they let the Knicks do this really hurt my heart because the Knicks are not good at all. They were playing hard.
Well, they were a lot of injuries, yeah.
Exactly. The Pacers should have finished them out. Here's the thing. The Celtics should win this in 4 to 5 games. They're going 7 games no matter what.
Okay. They're not going 7 games.
So they're not pushing the Pacers.
The thing is,
okay.
I think the Pacers are playing with house money. And I'm going to put my last hope in them in this spot.
Okay.
I love what Miles Turner said earlier, and go look it up. He said it looks like it's everybody versus the Pacers to me because everybody already has picked the Celtics to win and go to the finals.
Right.
If I'm the Pacers, if I'm Miles Turner, I'm literally looking at them in the face and I'm saying, and you know this too, Flo. Nobody is afraid of that Boston Celtics team. That is not a team. They might have the best record in the NBA. Nobody gives a crap about that damn team. They've done nothing.
Okay.
They've done nothing to show me any kind of fear. And if I'm them, I look them straight in the face like I'm looking at Omar, and I say, guess what, buddy? You still got to beat me 4 straight times. You got to beat me 4 times in a Game 7 series. I don't think you can do it. So I'm going to say it. I think the Pacers upset this team once again, and they do not make the finals.
Oh, get out of here, man. Get out of here.
Hold on.
All right.
Because I think Omar knows that in the end, he will be struggling and crying like a girl at the end of the day, wondering why in the hell that I have to pick the Celtics when I know I have an A player that plays like a B, and I have a B player that plays like an A. And guess what? They both cannot manage well together. This should be the final season of the Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum era. This should be.
Wow.
Now, the Celtics are that dumb to where they're going to still stick to it after 7 years of doing this for 7 years and knowing that nothing has happened, no championships, there's no banners around them for a while, since 2008. And the fact of the matter is you're believing in this, Omar? This is embarrassing.
Okay, so you think you're going to go ahead and take the Pacers?
I think the Celtics should win, but I'm going to go with the Pacers out of my heart because I know this for a fact.
Okay.
This is going through 7 games because I know the Celtics do not have that. They don't have that killer will. That's why I believe whoever wins this series doesn't even matter because Minnesota is winning it all.
I tend to agree a little, Omar, with Jake. I hate to say that, but I think the Pacers can push the Celtics. Right now, they're not with Porzingis. I think Porzingis was a big part of what they did during the season. He's at least going to miss 2 games, and if the Pacers can pull off one of these 2 games, it's a series at that point, I think.
All I know is this, Flo. When the pressure's on to them, like let's say they do win one of those first 2 games, do you not believe the pressure will be on the Celtics and they'll start sweating? They're going to have sweat down their head, tears down their eyes, piss down their leg. They're going to have it all.
Jake, I think they're under tremendous pressure right now. I think with the Nuggets getting knocked out by the Timberwolves, the Celtics should be under huge pressure because they're the team. They're the team to beat. All these other teams have never been there.
Yep.
The only thing, there's going to be a new champion this year. We know that for sure because, the Timberwolves have never gone. The Mavs have never gone. The Pacers have never gone or haven't gone in a long time, and the Celtics haven't gone. Well, they went a few years ago, but they haven't won it yet. So I think all the pressure's on the Celtics because the Celtics are heavy favorites, and not only in this series, but they would probably be favorites going into the NBA Finals. And they're supposed to be the next team, the next man up.
Absolutely.
If they don't win a championship, it is a huge disappointment at this point, seeing who's left in the NBA Finals. Don't you think so, Omar? This would be a massive disappointment for the
Omar
Celtics.
knows it too.
They cannot pull off this NBA Finals and finish the game. Like I think similar to the Warriors when they had that 73 wins or whatever, and they couldn't finish off. No one thinks about that team hardly anymore because they lost in the championship. That would be this bad. What do you think, Omar?
Ooh, I like that. I like that comparison.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Omar. Unmute yourself.
Omar. Unmute yourself first.
I believe that I'm not even going to say the 3 of you because I'm not putting Can in the same blasphemous discoordination of opinions that you two are concising over here. First of all, y'all are some nincompoops. That's what y'all are. All right, y'all are some rumbumptious scallywags. All right,
are you
y'all
kidding me,
some scoundrels. Y'all are some spoony.
You don't
sting
think
bum,
they're under a huge amount of pressure?
White-livered, word-winkler, rubbers. That's what y'all are. No,
come on,
I'm
Omar.
Not worried in the least bit.
They're not under huge pressure to win?
They're not under pressure because the pressure has always been there that they put on themselves.
Oh, but it's more massive. It's massive.
No,
now.
It hasn't been. We've known this
but
all year.
You can't let the Timberwolves or the Mavericks preview because they both came after you.
What does that
Even
mean?
if you beat the Pacers, you cannot have the Mavs or the Timberwolves beat you. You were next in line.
Okay, fine. Let's say that you call that something that needs to be. That's something that you're going to adjudicate greatness upon, because I don't think that's what you do. But because honestly, right now, if we were to go up against the Timberwolves, I could easily see that going to a 7-game series. And even with the Mavericks, that 6 or 7. But do I think that would completely, discredit everything the Celtics have done if they go to a 6 or 7 game series in the finals and lose? And there's no shame in that for any team whatsoever. Do the Celtics need to win?
What?
Sure, they do, because
there's no shame. That would be
a
huge shame for the Celtics. If they don't win this year, it's shameful.
There's never shame in making it to the finals. There's never shame in making it,
Omar. You know what? I gotta call you out, Omar. That would be an embarrassment for them not to win the finals this year. An embarrassment.
I don't believe so. I think you're just saying that just because you're trying to be over exaggerative for the show, and that's okay because I like
for the show.
I really appreciate the thespianism in you. I appreciate that. Thank you,
Omar. If you see,
wait, hold on.
If you see Minnesota,
Jake,
Minnesota, who is a young team, and they get to a championship and crown themselves and they get to have a trophy before Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, you don't think that's embarrassing?
No. If they beat us in a 7-game series, how is that embarrassing?
No.
Don't you think that would be an embarrassment if the Celtics lose to the Timberwolves or the Mavericks?
So we lose to the other best team in the league. Be embarrassed over that?
Yes. Go ahead, Cam. Right. What do you think?
Boston is a better team.
Exactly.
Boston is a well-developed, better team. If they lose, it's a problem. Omar know that. He know that's a problem if they lose.
You know what I think it is?
Exactly.
You know what I think it is? And Omar probably hit his mic and hit his camera because he knows this. He knows this. He's trying to soften the blow of what's to come. He's trying to soften the blow. And I'm telling you right now, I don't care what you say. This team needs to win a championship this year. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
No, I agree with you, Jake. I do.
You have one of the most active years of all time, not having to see Jimmy buckets. Then you get to see that don't have to deal with the Giannis. Then you see Embiid's hurt. All these guys are hurt. The Knicks played half-heartedly. You get the Pacers at a young age. I'm so done with Omar for what he's saying. This is inaugural gaulish. This is ridiculous for him to say.
It would be an embarrassment.
If we lose in Game 6,
I don't know. I know Omar.
Maybe
I agree with you, Jake. Again, I think he may be trying to soften the blow, but it would be an embarrassment if the Celtics not win the championship.
Should the Celtics win? Yes, they should, and they need to because of everything that they've been through and how many times they've made it. But would it be an embarrassment to go with the other best team in the league to 7 games and lose? No. How can you be embarrassed by going to the finals and losing in a great series? How is that at all embarrassing to another great team?
Omar, they've gone to Eastern Conference Finals and Finals more than any other team in their era in the last 5 to 8 years, and to not win one. Wouldn't this be?
You're right. They should.
Wouldn't this be akin to the Buffalo Bills losing 4 Super Bowls in a row? It'd be something similar to that. That's embarrassment for the Bills to go. Oh yeah, they went to 4 Super Bowls, but
that's varsity, Omar. That's so much varsity. I'm so ridiculous. I'm so appalled by you right now.
You don't think that was embarrassing for the Bills to lose 4 Super Bowls?
It wasn't embarrassing until they lost all 4 in a row and never completed it. That's when it was embarrassing. So if you ask me the question, would it be embarrassing if the Celtics never won with this team? Yes, that would then be embarrassing. But to say if they didn't do it this year, but did it next year?
Omar.
But what if they did it next year? So what? I would still be
their year.
This
is their year. They have the best record. They have arguably the best trio.
No such guideline or a timeline of when you
win. Omar. Okay. Even Can said that you know we're right.
No, I think that you're right in the fact that they need to complete the story. They need to do the Cody Rhodes and finish their story. Yes, I agree. They've been there too many times, and they need to finally turn it in.
And it needs to happen this year, Omar.
This year,
would it be embarrassing? But okay, so you tell me next year if they lost this year and then next year they win in 2025, and you say, Omar, are you really embarrassed about 2024? I'm gonna say, hell no. I got 2025.
You're already talking about next year, Omar.
There ain't no damn way, Omar, that they win
next year already.
Win the next year. There's no way.
It doesn't matter if
the East at least.
Omar, let me tell you this, Omar. Let me tell you this. If they lose this year, they're not coming back next year. They're going to break up that team.
That's a lie.
That's what I said.
They will break them up. If they don't, especially if they lose to the Pacers,
actually, that's more reason for them not to break it up if they don't win this year. They're going to keep it till they win, and then they'll break it up. If they win this year, then they'll break it.
Wow, okay.
But you're right. I do think they need to win this year. I do. And I do think they will. Look at our team. Dude, we have the best offense since the 96 Bulls. All right? We have the best offense. 123.7 points per 100 possessions.
This will tell you this.
5 points better than second place Pacers.
Okay,
the Pacers have a 22nd ranked defense. We have a top 10 ranked defense. The West, the Minnesota 16th ranked defense. Dallas 21 ranked defense. The Celtics are head and tails above everybody. Yes, we should turn it in. You're right. We should.
Hey, let me tell you this though, Omar. And I saw this stat. This may not be exact, but it was something akin to this. Boston was 48-11 with all the East teams, but they had a losing record against the West. They were like 2-10 or something, 2-11. They had a losing record against the best West teams. That to me is a danger for you. And right now the pressure is ratcheted up. It'll be even more ratcheted up when they make the finals. But if this goes 7 games, I would be very afraid for the Celtics. You cannot let this go 7 games. You gotta go up 3-0, or you gotta take control.
Well, this is definitely not going 7 games. But as you like to say, and you're so disingenuous, Flo, and you know it, because this will be the 3rd week in a row. This will be the 3rd week in a row that you claimed, the Celtics lost one of their games, and now their whole season over. They're done for. And what happened? The next game, they came back and blew the team out. You know what I think is actually going to happen? I actually think Indiana's going to win tonight. I do. I think they're going to win tonight. And I think they'll probably win one. And I think they'll probably win one in Indiana. But you know what? The Celtics still win in 6 because it doesn't matter. They're the better team.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about the West. The Mavs
go Celtics.
Winning. Go Celtics. All right. Sorry, Omar. I had to get you riled up a little bit. Well, the Mavericks and the Timberwolves.
Good TV.
So, the Mavericks and the Timberwolves. What do you think, Canteen? Who do you like in this series? Man, this is the second time.
Man, Flo. So let me tell you this right here.
To the Western Conference Finals.
You have to look at experience when you look at this series right here. Luka,
Kyrie,
and Kyrie. Experience.
Okay.
It's gonna be 7 games. It's going 7, man.
I'm going 7.
I like Anthony was a Georgia boy. I like him.
Georgia boy.
Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. But we need consistency from the Timberwolves.
He got that southern charm like you, Canton.
Come on, bro.
He does. Got it. Come on, man.
Look, man, I told you.
So it's going 7. And who do you like if it's going 7?
Man, Mavericks in 7.
Wow, Mavericks in 7. Wow.
I'm good with it.
Wow. I think you're doing that to do the reverse jinx. You really want Timberwolves to win because you're a Georgia boy. All right. What do you think, Jake? What do you like here?
I said this earlier and I'll say it again. I don't know how this series even goes more than 5. I think the Timberwolves have every type of defense to counteract Luka and Kyrie. You stop both of them and you make everybody else beat you. Congratulations, Timberwolves. You will be the 2024 NBA champions in the span of the next 4 weeks.
Okay, that's fair. So no one's been able to stop Luka yet. Omar, what do you think? Who do you like in this series? What do you think happens here with the Timberwolves and the Mavs?
Yeah, this is going to be an amazing series. I cannot wait to watch. I agree with Ken. It's definitely going 7 games. I've been thinking all day about who I really want to pick in this because Jake is right. You got the Timberwolves that have a suffocating team defense, even though they may not, be as experienced as the Mavericks in a whole. I think their role players are better. I think their stars are younger, more exciting. Maybe not better. I can't put Edwards ahead of Luka. I would probably put him there about the same level right now. Okay. But Edwards is on his way to being the face of the league, and he needs this victory to do so. And while Ken and I earlier said we harp on experience, and I chose the Mavericks because of the experience, and I said earlier, as Jake did, that we see the Timberwolves being like the Thunder a year ago, maybe a year too early sort of thing. Oh, man, I've vacillated so far. I really want to go with the Wolves because I think their defense will be what carries them, but I've been going with experience thus far. I'm going to continue with experience. I'm going to say Mavericks in 7.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow, okay. Man, I kind of gone back and forth.
I like the Wolves better. I like them as a better team.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think I've gone back and forth. I think that no one's been able to stop Luka. I think Kyrie is playing well. He hasn't shot as much. I don't know if he's saving himself for the West, maybe for the finals. I don't know what he's only taking 10 to 12 shots, which is not like him. He only scored 9 points in one of the games. Though he's played well, he's done other things. He's played good defense for Kyrie. I don't know. The Timberwolves are just the way they took down the Nuggets. I think they took down a better team than the Mavericks did.
Absolutely. I mean, the
Thunder are a great young team, but the Nuggets were the champs, and they took them down 1-3 in their house. To me, the Timberwolves are a team of destiny at this point. I think it doesn't go any more than 6. I like a gentleman's sweep for the Timberwolves. I just think that I just think they're too much.
Man, you and Jake convinced me. I'm going Timberwolves in 7. I'm changing my pick. I'm changing my pick.
I'm done.
I'm changing my pick.
You're going Timberwolves in what? 7?
Timberwolves in 7. Yeah, it's going 7 either way.
I don't think it's going to go 7, but I think it could go 6 because the Mavs, they've been playing well and they've played better defense, and that's the thing that's helped them out in these playoffs. But I just think the Timberwolves just have too much. They just have too much on both sides of the ball. I like the way Reed's been playing. I like the way Gobert's been playing. I like the way, of course, Ant-Man has been playing. And, of course, Karl Anthony Towns has been playing well. He's had a couple of kind of not so good games, but overall.
He had a stinker last night.
Gobert, he plays good defense and he rebounds. He does his job. He does his job. He's not supposed to score. He does his job. And so the Timberwolves, I'm going to say gentleman's sweep, and I can see it going 6, but I still have the Timberwolves all the way. I think Timberwolves and the Celtics, and then we'll see what happens. But I could see, I think the Pacers will take them 7, though. Pacers are going to take the Celtics 7 because Celtics like to play with to play with their food. And Jason Tatum is a 2 playing like trying to be a 1. You got 2 2s there. Jaylen Brown and Tatum are both 2s. And I think Jalen's got the attitude of a 1, but he's got the talent of a 2. And I just don't think they're going to struggle against the Pacers. I wouldn't be surprised if they lose. I don't think they're going to lose, but it's going to go 7, and Omar's going to be sweating bullets.
Give them because they know not what they do. That's all I know.
Oh, you're going to try and pull scripture. I see what you're doing there.